Former Cowboys legend and three-time Super Bowl winner Troy Aikman spoke recently on a DLLS Sports podcast addressing his new role with the Miami Dolphins and if he was ever approached for a similar role by the Cowboys. Here was his response.
I think the Dolphins were wise in understanding my relationships around the league and knowing that I have information that they don't have or can't get. And I think they were smart in taking advantage of that, whether it was through me or through somebody else. The Cowboys have never elected to do that, at least with me. You know, maybe they have with others, but no, I don't feel there's a conflict. But I will say I'm pulling for the Dolphins.
He's pulling for the Dolphins. Dan Orlowski is with us now. Are Aikman's comments an indictment? Yes.
First of all, good morning to Dan. We want to say good morning. I didn't see you this weekend. I found you when UConn was the basketball capital of the world a week ago.
Correct.
I didn't see you this weekend, didn't hear from you or anything. I just wanted to say that. But now you can go on to your football point. It's good to see you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, hold on. Okay. Is these comments by Aikman an indictment on Jerry Jones and the Cowboys? What do you think?
I do not find them to be an indictment. Great to see you, Stephen A. as well, Shay as well. You'll hear from me tonight, hopefully by 11:30 p.m. I don't find this to be an indictment on Dallas. I think there's a couple things. One, players certainly of Troy's caliber being in some type of these advisor roles feels like it's being a little bit more common nowadays. I know obviously Tom Brady with the Las Vegas Raiders is in an ownership role, so he's got some of that advisor and or consultant element. I'm sure part of it, he's not doing it in New England, probably because my guess couldn't become some of an owner in that. But I do think it's a little bit more common nowadays. I think the second thing in Dallas is it's a family business. I mean, if you just the chain of command in Dallas feels like it goes Jerry Jones, maybe to his wife, Stephen Jones, somebody else that has Jones. And so, like, it's very much so the family business. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I don't think the Cowboys are taking this massive miss. And then the other point that I wanted to talk about, Stephen A., is, like, is it maybe a little bit too close to the vest? He's one of the great Cowboys of all time. If you bring in one of the great Cowboys of all time, and there's a long list of them, does that mean you have to open the door for another person, another ex-great Cowboy that wants to have a say in the organization? And then do you have to say yes to that person? So I think, like, it's the Pandora box of, if you open it up to Troy, does it mean that it's opened up to everybody else?
Well, I get where you're coming from, but that doesn't mean that any less egregious that the Dallas Cowboys have not capitalized on the presence and the expertise of a quarterback, a former quarterback who happens to be a three-time Super Bowl champion, who, by the way, is still intimately connected to the game because he's calling games and giving color commentary every Monday night for the last several years here and every Sunday when he was at Fox. I mean, what the hell are you thinking? You capitalize off of the assets that you have. This is one of your own if you're Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, it's not just his family. Jerry Jones considers members of the Dallas Cowboys as an extended family. If that would apply to anybody, it would be Troy Aikman, who is a brilliant football mind. We are incredibly, incredibly lucky to have him. And we have to sit up there, and I'm going to say this on national television to the bosses at ESPN. We need to cherish the people that we have. I don't think Dan Orlowski is going to be here too much longer, to be quite honest with you, in the years to come, because this man knows his damn football, and somebody's going to get smart enough and scoop him up. Somebody is going to come to their damn senses and give Louis Riddick a GM job, a head of football operations, because, damn it, he deserves it. Somebody's going to scoop up Ryan Clark, who's obviously a brilliant football analyst. They're going to scoop him up. We have very elite minds here in the sport of football, right here at this network. And if you're Jerry Jones, damn, it's one of your own. When you click on the TV, where do you not see Troy Aikman? How the hell do you let him go to the Miami Dolphins? The Miami Dolphins, when you haven't won a Super Bowl championship since 1996, when Bill Clinton was president, okay? I mean, damn. I mean, I understand that we were preoccupied with other things going on with Bill Clinton, but the bottom line is he was the president of the United States. It was January 28th, 1996. I had an afro and my hairline was about 2 feet forward. That is the last time the Dallas Cowboys have won a Super Bowl championship. It was also the last time they were in any kind of championship game. That was a conference championship game. That was a Super Bowl. They have not been in either. And over the course of 30 years, before Jerry Jones' hair was gray, when Stephen Jones still looked like a puppy, you're trying to tell me all of this time has passed and it never occurred to you that, you know what? Look at these Dallas Cowboys that I have produced Super Bowls for me. Maybe I should employ one of them at the very least as a consultant answerable to me so I can steal knowledge from them. It's dumb that they didn't do that.
Yes, Steve?
Okay, I agree with you. The two questions I'll ask just to kind of be on an opposite side of it is, again, one, if you allow Troy to do it, does it open the door for others? I think that's probably a fair assessment. I think the second thing is, I wonder if the Cowboys knew that this was legal. I mean, I didn't necessarily.
Oh,
I think this became more.
Oh, please.
No, I'm being honest,
don't do
because
that last part.
Don't do that. More accepted with the Tom Brady situation.
This is Jerry Jones, who prides himself in circumventing, maneuvering his way through, or flat out breaking rules to get what he wants. So we ain't trying to hear that second question. The first question is this. When you talk about family, are you sitting in a room by yourself like a damn recluse, talking to yourself? No, you talk to people. So you brought Troy Aikman in. That doesn't prevent you from bringing in Emmitt Smith. It doesn't prevent you from bringing in Michael Irvin or prime time like Deion Sanders and allowing them to consult with one another to give you their level of expertise, to show you what may or may not work for your franchise that can't get back to a championship game in 30 years. It's 30 years since the Dallas Cowboys have been in a conference championship game, let alone a Super Bowl. And in the end, we know that no matter who Jerry brings in, he's going to take the credit now. We know he's going to do that. So what does it matter? In the end, you don't let somebody the stature of a Troy Aikman get away to the Miami Dolphins, and he on a damn podcast, a damn good podcast, by the way. Keep it up, bro. You know I love you. The bottom line is you look at a Troy Aikman, you don't let somebody go on a podcast and say, Dallas never asked me to. Dallas never called me to. You know how many Monday night games we've done in Dallas with Troy Aikman calling? You know what I mean? You know how many Thanksgiving games, you know how many other games that Troy Aikman has called in Dallas? You know he still lives in the area. He ain't hard to find. Come on now. You don't make that mistake.
What if Jerry was, I don't know how close him and Jerry Jones are, how often they talk, but maybe they were communicating, he was picking his brain and didn't realize they can make it into a job. Like he was just doing this. And now he can no longer do it.
Jerry Jones didn't realize they could make it into a job.
Maybe
really, Shay. He probably didn't want to play. He probably didn't want to play because, you know, he's a billionaire because he knows how to be cheap when he wants to be. Maybe that's what it was.
And now he doesn't get that.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he didn't want to play.
We can praise Jerry Jones for being cheap, but you dog me for being cheap?
I didn't praise him. I said he was probably being cheap. I didn't applaud it at all. I don't applaud cheap misers like yourself. You understand? I don't do that.
You just said he's probably a billionaire because he was being cheap.
That doesn't mean it's a compliment. I said he's a billionaire. He kept his money, but he's clearly not winning. He's not winning. He's winning in the bank account. No doubt about that. Props to him for that. But along the way, what does it cost him? Because he still hasn't won the big game. Hasn't even visited it.
All right, D. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye. You got your Dallas Cowboys colors on.
I don't suspect we'll be hearing from you tonight, by the way. I don't.
You'll hear from me. You'll hear from me.
That's what it is.
I don't suspect that.
Keep doubting. Keep doubting. You'll hear from me.